Hi, my name is Pranay, and for my sleep project, I focused on non-sleep deep rest, or NSDR, a protocol for better sleep. The idea behind this was I am usually and chronically stressed, as well as it takes a long time for me to fall asleep, and I thought this NSDR protocol could help alleviate some of the symptoms and even some of the burdens that I face on a daily basis. To get started, the reason why I was motivated to do this was there's a lot of literature that focused on Yoga Nidra, and Yoga Nidra is just a more yogic experience where it's more of a meditative state versus NSDR is more of a deep rest. And so a lot of experiments have indicated that Yoga Nidra helped a lot of patients with insomnia as well as people who were chronically stressed. And I thought it would be interesting to see if maybe I could use a similar protocol, maybe a non-sleep deep rest protocol to help with my stress levels as well as falling asleep. So to design my experiment, what I did was create two groups. One group focused on NSDR and the other one was a control group, which was just white noise. And because I was the only patient or only experimenter, I basically alternated. So Monday I did the control, which was listen to white noise for 10 minutes prior to my sleep. And then on Tuesday, I followed it up with an NSDR protocol for 10 minutes and then fell asleep and then rotated to Wednesday and Thursday as such and repeated this for 2 weeks. And in order to help out with this, I also measured my sleep using a sleep diary, using the PSKI, looking at total sleep time and total time in bed, as well as my perceived stress levels. After conducting my experiment, these were the results that I found. Overall, you can see in the time in bed seems to be elevated in the control condition versus a reduced amount in the NSDR condition, and there seemed to be really not any differences in the total sleep time, and the perceived stress seemed to have some sort of variability, but a lot of it looked like there was more stress while I was on the control than when I was on the NSDR protocol. Results that I obtained indicate that I had a decreased amount of time spent in bed, but there didn't seem to be any alteration in my overall sleep time. So we can say that my sleep efficiency definitely went up, but it does seem to be that there was no impact on my actual sleep time. And when I looked at my stress levels, it seemed like for the most part I was less stressed out after the NSDR protocols. However, I think that one of the biggest limitations in my study was that it was just me who was doing it, and I'm prone to a lot of biases. And so in the future, it would be really interesting to see if more participants could do this experiment and see what the results would show. And lastly, just my subjective experience. I think that overall, I found it to be very relaxing. It made me go to sleep faster personally, and I thought that it overall made me less stressed out. And this is something that I want to continue to do and see if it overall helps my health as well as my sleep.